morning, everybody, and welcome to Darvanalee Designs Studio. Thank you for joining me today. We're here for some crafty productivity sprints. So we're going to, I'm actually starting something new today. I'm in a different location. Let me just turn that camera just a little bit. There we go. I'm in a different location today. I'm in the library. This is where I will be doing my live streams because they're sort of going to be craft alongs in the coming year. So our very first one is starting now. And it is the Infinity Scarf by Wheelie Makes It Crochet, I think is the name of the channel. But my lovely moderator, Jess, has come through for fans and put the video there. So we are using this video. Obviously, this is not my pattern. This is definitely someone else's pattern. There is a video there, a how-to video on how to do it. So you can go and check that out. And then that way you can be part of the crochet along. Of course, you can work on whatever you would like. I am just going to get up for a moment because as you can see, I'm starting to squint. We've had a lot of rain here in the last few days. We had flooding rains last night, the day before. We were cut off completely from Brisbane yesterday, possibly still are because there's been still rain. So we've had a lot of rain, but the sun is coming out in Kingaroy and it's bloody bright. Because for those that don't know, this is on the side of the house, not in my crafting room, obviously, but there is a fence out here, colorbond fence that comes up past the window by about this much, so you can see how it's making it look cream. It's a cream fence, and the sun is right at the spot where it's hitting it and reflecting straight in here. So I'm just going to go and shut that blind, and then that way I might be able to see what I'm looking at. Because I feel like I'm getting a bit blinded. Okay. That is a bit better. There we go. I'll just put my little daylight on there and bring that around there, and that will give me some light. That's a bit better. Whew, that was a bit hectic. That was really, really bright. I'm still sort of getting used to my setup and whatnot, and I've got crap everywhere because I've actually been filming this morning some booktube stuff and also getting ready for crafting stuff and whatnot as well. So I've been doing a lot in here this morning. Woke up fairly early and whatnot. The wind has picked up here. It's very windy here today as well. That southerly change has come through. Thank goodness, because it was hot yesterday, to say the least. So basically the same deal as always. We're going to do our crafting. You can work on whatever you want. You can read a book if you want. That's entirely up to you. I'm possibly not going to read my book today during sprints because I'm learning a new stitch. If you want to join the Discord, I don't think I've got it linked up down below, so maybe someone can go and get an invite. You need to change it to never expires. And whatnot. But yeah, anyway, I can possibly get that in just a moment as well and put it in the comments. But if you want to join the Discord, there is a thread on the crafty sprints. There's a thread there for this particular crochet along. So and as I said, we are going to be working from this tutorial here. This is an Australian creator that I found. And I love their tutorials. They're very clear, concise, straight to the and really clear actually on explaining how to do it. It's using US terms as well. They have no idea that I'm sharing their video either, by the way, because I mean it's there for the public to see. You've got the link there. You can go and see it. Go and show them some love. And all the things that go with finding a new channel. Check out other things that they've made. And but I really liked the look of this scarf. I do have several scarves that I want to make in the near future. One was the sweetheart scarf that had a matching beanie. I went to do that with the yarn that I have here, and basically it was too difficult to do. It wasn't chunky enough. So I've got Savannah on a bit of a mission to go and get me some chunky yarn in light grey so I can still make the Sweetheart one because I really like that pattern. But this is a very similar stitch that is what is used in the Sweetheart one. So I thought I'd give this one a go. And basically it is it's like a zigzag, I guess you could call it. Let me just bring the video up. And I can show you what it looks like. I haven't looked at it on this account, so let me just switch accounts. Looks like there's flooding down in Brisbane as well because they've had to release Wivenhoe Dam. That's always a bit of a schmozzle, as they say. But they get plenty of warning and whatnot. So I don't. They should be right. They would have been told that it was happening. Let me just find it. I was watching it last night. Let me just bring up the. There we go. Up the tutorial as such. Let me just pause that and bring up the picture, and then I can share this with you. This is all, fun and games in the background. So this will be the scarf that we're making, and I really like the look of this scarf. So yeah, that's why I sort of decided to go with this one because it had a similar look to what it had a similar stitch. So what I did, I actually added, when I did my search, I searched for 8-ply yarn because that's what I had. So the color that I'm using is this lovely gray one you can see there. And this is what the scarf looks like. So it's an infinity scarf. So that means that it's a circle for those that don't know what that is. And it works in panels. So if you want to see what the panels look like and all that sort of stuff, you need to go and watch the video. I can't share it here because I can share the like the link to it and all that sort of stuff, but I just can't share the actual video streaming and whatnot because I do not have the permission from the creator. And this was a sort of a spare of the moment crochet along that I decided to do. So that's what it looks like. Grab yourself some 8-ply, which I think is 3 worsted weight, something like that. I'm not too sure. They do give you the explanation underneath the video and all that sort of stuff that you need that information. I'm using a 4.5mm hook. They do recommend that you go up by 0.5 millimeter of what it recommends. And so 8-ply usually recommends 4mm. So I've gone up 0.5 millimeter, and that is a 4.5 one. So that is what I'm going to do. Have I practiced this? No, I have not. Am I sure how this is going to turn out? No, I am not sure how this is going to turn out. But we're going to give it a red hot bash and see how we go. And then that way, I can crush and burn, or we can create together. So there's that. Let me just, I need to bring up the focus as well while I'm here and get that all done. Now we'll probably do 45-minute sprints, I think is what we're going to do today because I need that break. Let me just go over here. Why are you not coming up, Focus? What's going on? What's your problem? Why are you not here? Thank you. All right. So I'm going to go with the Christmas tree again because it is Christmas. I've got to put my headband on this morning. So yeah, I'm not with it at all today. All right. So we have the timer there. So I think we'll use that one. I am going to just use this one here. So I will be putting the camera down so you can see, and I'm going to give it a go. So yeah. So this is a crochet along, and yeah, for those that are wondering that have just come in late. All right, let's have a look who has joined us. Jess was here nice and early. How are you? So after practicing, I realized the foundation row of spiked puff stitch are easier than the repeat, but I just have to take my time. Yeah, when you learn, like, you'll get better. The first, I think there's so many rows in that puff section. So by the time I think you get through that first panel, you should be right. I think you'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, so I have watched it through several times, and how many times? Probably more than several. I've probably watched it about 10 times now. And I'm going to pretty much watch that through one more time. But I'll actually do it as I'm watching it through, and we'll see how we go. We've also got Amber Lee here as well. Hello, how are you? And just for the record, I've never done the puff stitch either. So doing the zigzag infinity scarf and listening to Smart. What better way to spend a day? That's awesome. And this is also the link if you're interested in doing it. I'm not sure what I'll be working on today yet. I kind of want to work on everything at once. So I'm also reading The Bound World. Nice. Sadia is also here as well. Hello, Sadia. How are you? It's a great tutorial, very good explanations, and it is in US terms. So it's not, even though it's an Australian creator, it is in US terms, because US terms are probably the most popular these days because of the flood of the market, of all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Hello, Chris. How are you? And Emberly saying hello. Jojo's also here as well. Hello. We also have. Oh, it's not clicking on it. What's going on? Hello, Jess, Glenda, and Christina. Is Glenda here? I didn't see Glenda. Did I miss Glenda? No, Glenda's not here. Hello, Jean. How are you? Debating about reading instead. Hang on. Debating about just reading instead of crocheting. Hello to Amber Lee. And also we have our reminder to hydrate. I have my water, I have my coffee. I just had my breakfast, which was a tomato and onion toasted sandwich, which was absolutely tasty. Very tasty. At 50% of the perfumists of Paris need to finish before 1:30 on Friday Eastern time. Thank you, Christina. I really appreciate it. I wasn't sure whether you were here. I knew that Jess was here and is a moderator, but I wasn't sure whether you were here yet. So thank you so much. That is the Discord. There is a crafty little section there where you can join, and all the information about this crochet along is actually there as well. And Jess is like, Margaret, Christina, you're so fast. Hi, Jean, Chris, Jojo, Amber Lee, Jojo twice. Sadia and Jessica. Might take a nap considering I was at the office today and I'm exhausted. That's perfectly acceptable. Hello to everybody from Amber Lee and Jojo saying hello back. I cannot knit to save my life. I'll just live through you all. Well, it's actually crochet, so it's different. it's a lot easier in my opinion. But anyway, I can sort of knit, not fancy stuff though. Jamie's here. I'm using acrylic yarn, yellow, grey, and red for this scarf with 6.5 millimeter hook. Nice. Getting the smart red before the grandparents come to stay. That's fair enough. Yeah, the last thing you need them is hearing that. I'm also making a hat using some Woolies washable wool yarn that I need to use before the moths eat it. Well, there you go. I've never heard of that. That's interesting. I've had them. I had them both pulled up. Oh, thank you. That is why Christina is so quick. All organized, much more organized than what I ever am. That's for sure. I'm still here, like I'm live trying to set up things and all that sort of stuff. Like, yeah. First time here. Hello, Linda. How are you? Sounds fun. I'm knitting socks. Nice. Well, welcome, Linda. Thank you for being here. Really do appreciate you subscribing to the channel as well. Thank you so much, because you're chatting. So I know that you're subscribed to the channel. That's how I know, because I've got it set to keep us all safe from trolls and stuff like that. I have it's set to subscribers only. So if you are lurking in the background and you want to be part of the conversation, subscribe. You need to be subscribed for 5 minutes, and then you can chat in the comments. And it's always a lot of fun here. So basically, eventually, I will have some booms in here and set up my cameras and everything. So I'll have it sitting here in front of me, and then I can just bring it out and be over the top. And I was talking to Jess yesterday on sprints over on Dusty Book Sniffers, and I think going into 2025, I'm just going to do hand stuff rather than move my computer around all the time for sprints and whatnot. I think I'm just going to go into hand stuff. And if I do, once I get the other one set up, once that is all set up, I'll be on a table. So if I do some diamond painting or anything like that, I do have a little table that I can sit over my lap. So there's many different crafts that I can do in the library. I sort of just, I just don't want to have to keep moving my computer. And I'm not sure how the other one is going to fare up once I clean it all out. It is out there waiting patiently for me to plug it in and turn it on and start transferring all the files off it. And then it's probably going to take me about a week to really go over it and make sure that all the operating systems are up and running, got all the updated drivers and all that sort of stuff. But if I'm just predominantly using it for internet stuff, I'll be fine. So I'm going to test it for streaming. So I'll do a test stream and make sure that it is all okay. It works fine for the internet. It's just a little bit slow, like when you go to page, but I'll have my phone and iPad for that if I need to. So, yeah. We've got Christina welcoming Linda in, and Linda says, thank you. And Jess is also welcoming Linda in as well. Not being brave enough to knit socks yet. That's something that I do want to do, and I've got some beautiful yarn for it, and I'm so scared to do it. So yeah, but I will get there. I'm just this coming year is going to be the year of fiber arts, I think. So I'm really leaning towards doing, crafting with yarn such as crochet and all that sort of stuff. That's why we're here today to do the crafting along, or crochet along. We can call it craft along. Linda saying hello. Where are you, Linda? Where do you reside in the big wide world? If you want to share that, let us know where you're watching from. Hello, Coda. How are you? This is Coda. Coda's my bestie. And we'll see us a lot over on Dusty Book Sniffers. Not so much here on the Craft channel, but Coda and I are always hanging out together. We buddy read together and all the things, Linda. So he is introducing himself. And hello to crafty friends. And yeah, I'm so glad you're here. How did the bookshelf go? Did you get it in? Let me know. I haven't checked Vox or anything this morning because I've been busy filming. I filmed my classics video. I filmed a wrap-up for a book, and I filmed a clip for a book that I'm reading. I was on fire this morning. Have I filmed any craft stuff? No, I've been doing prep work for that, though. So I should be ready to go in the new year. I've got a little bit more designing to do, which I'm going to fine-tune that. I think that fine tuning will happen in the week between Christmas Day and New Year's. So I'll be ready to go and all the things. So hello to Coda from Christina, and hi to Coda from Amber Lee. Now, NC, let me think. North Carolina, is that right? I know, right? I'm like, I got to the end of that. I'm like, I don't know who this person was this morning, but okay, welcome. So anyway, I'm here. I mean, I would have liked to have got I've got, because it's a 2025 TBR essentially. And I've got Buzzwordathon and anticipated reads as well. So I have to go through all those and pull those anticipated reads out and do a video for that. Then I've got to put them back and do a Buzzwordathon ×2. So I'm getting all that done this week, because next week after Christmas, I've got to get craft stuff done and get ready for all of that. So I'll probably do January's filming in that, and then yeah. So basically, I'm going to I've been trying to work out how I'm going to do it and all the things. So I'm going to continue doing weekly streaming every Thursday here on the channel. And then I want to get into the habit of basically all my book stuff, getting that filmed as I go. So as soon as I feel inspiration, do it and just have a backlog. Like I've already probably got 5 videos there in backlog for the booktube channel, but for the craft channel, I've got nothing in the bank. So I figured what I'd do is that week and probably even the first week of January, I will get January and February's videos filmed, not necessarily edited, but filmed. And then I can just do what I do every Tuesday, and that's edit. And then if I could get those 2 months done, then every Tuesday I can film another video, which is going to put me in front. Fingers crossed. And if you see me online on Tuesday, tell me to get off and go and do my job. So anyway, I've got to be strict with myself. I've got calendars and stuff that I'm working out and all that sort of stuff, because I've also got Patreons as well that I've got to do videos for. So I have to have sort of like 2 lots of things going. But for the most part, most of the Patreon videos that will be going up will be exclusive to Patreon. They will be like once a month. And weekly tutorials will get shared there before they're due to go out to the public channel. And then, of course, you know, there's the new releases that I'm reading from craft books and all the rest of it that I share with Patreon. And I haven't really, because I'm saving really hard right now to go to the UK, I haven't really been doing any behind the scenes stuff. So I'm going to probably just change that to a weekly update of things I've worked on, maybe even a fortnightly one. So I'm thinking, I'm just restructuring all that because I've sort of neglected Patreon. I needed a break for one. And from the craft channel, you've noticed that there's not a lot gone up. So I've had a break. And so I'm going into 2025. So there will be a few other things because I've got cross stitches over there. I've got embroidery people. I've got quilters and all that sort of stuff. So I'm thinking that I will do probably like exclusive videos where I'll make something, design something, and it's just exclusively for Patreon. Of course, people will be able to buy it after Patreon's had it for a month or whatever. But yeah, I've got a lot of plans in place. And it's a lot of work and it's a lot of brain power, hence why I'm not sleeping, why I'm up early, doing all the things and whatnot. So, yeah, reading has turned into sleeping. Awesome. It sounds like you need it. You've had a pretty big week. It was warm down here, Linda. It's really cold up here. Is it warm down there, Linda? It's really cold in Michigan. It's hot today. And, yes, North Carolina. Yes, I'm getting better at it. I miss the South every winter. I bet you do, because like it gets really cold where you are. Get lots of snow and all the rest of block your ears, Coda. Lots of snow and all that sort of stuff. And sort of a few more knickknacks and catalogue the haul. Okay, cool. No worries. Awesome. So you're all ready to go for Sunday for your big live haul. I'm ready and waiting. To be in the background to help you with all that. I hope I am a help and not a hindrance. And quick off the mark and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. All right. So for those that have joined late, we are actually doing a crochet along. And this is the video that we're using. It's by let me get the channel right. It is Wheelie Made It Crochet. They have a lot of videos on there. This is from 2 years ago. And yeah, so go over, make sure you give it a thumbs up and all the things. And yeah, and it's as I said, it is an Australian creator, but they're using American terms. So sometimes the Australian creators use English terms, but they actually say that they're using American terms. All right, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to mute our mics. If you've not been here before, we're going to mute our mics. Well, I'm going to mute my mic if I remember, and if StreamYard cooperates. Basically, we're going to mute it. I'm going to turn the camera down and you'll be able to see what I'm actually doing, whether it be good or bad or ugly, that's what you're going to get it in live stream, because I am very, very new to crochet, and I have never done this stitch before. So yeah, there's a little bit of that going on. So and you can see there that that is the link. You'll have to scroll up through. Jess, you can probably share that link again down in the bottom of the comments, and then that way it's as easily accessible. Coda saying hello to Christina and Jean, Jamie, Emily, Jess, Jojo, Chris, and Sadia. We're such a friendly bunch here. All right, now I'm just going to just change the dimensions of this a bit. Let me bring that up there like that. And then we're going to bring this one down. Make that a bit. There we go. You can't see anything that I'm doing. And save that. I'm just going to update that. Normally I have it up in the corner. So yeah, so basically that link that you need for the YouTube channel is down in the at the bottom comment there, so you can access that really easily. As I said, we are going to mute the mics, and we will be and you can, if you arrive or have just arrived, you can actually, let me just change that because that does not meet my aesthetic. It's the problem when you've got like 40 different channels and you do all the things. There we go. That's a bit better. Probably purple, I think. Purple's a bit better. There we go. Let me go to purple. And it's about there. There we go. I like that better. All right, it's a little bit more subtle on the eyes, not so stark, and all the things. So basically, we're going to mute the mics. I'm going to turn the camera down, and then that way you can see what I'm doing. And I think about there is where I'm going to sit, so you can see what's going on. It's not an extreme close-up one of what I'm doing. If you want extreme close-up, there is the link in the chat for the pattern, so you can go and check that out. I'll pop it up here one last time. You can see it there. Okay, that's where it is, and it is the last comment, or it's actually second last comment, because Jojo's just said hello to Coda. And we're going to start the timer, and when we come back, we'll chit chat about how we went and how we feel about our progress and all the things. As I said, there is a Discord. You can share your pictures over there. Alternatively, there is a Facebook group that you can come and join, which has all the craftiness stuff in there. Been a little bit quiet lately because we've all been busy, but yeah, anyway, you can come and join that and also share your pictures there as well. So we will start the timer, and as I said, we'll mute, and we'll be back after the timer counts down. Happy crocheting, everybody, or crafting, whatever you're doing. Okay, so we've got to the end of that first sprint. I had to pull mine out, so you can see that I'm just doing my second row now. I miscounted. I only had 22. I thought I had 23. So yeah, so I'm pulled mine out. So I probably would have had that first 4 rows done. I'm quite a slow crocheter, so it takes me a little bit longer. And I'm also new to it as well, so that does not help. So yeah, and I would have been fine had I had 23, and I thought I counted 23, and then I got to the end and I'm like, that's not 23. And then I counted again and I'm like, oh, that is definitely not 23. So but like as far as doing the stitches and all that sort of stuff, you can see there it's looking okay. Like it's not perfect, but it's looking okay. All right, let's bring the camera up and all the things. So yeah, that's focused, but I'm happy with it so far. It's easy to follow along. I just had miscounted, that's all. So now that I've got the right number of stitches in there, it should be a bit better. So yeah, and then I've just got to do, was it 4 rows on that? So I'm on my second row now, and but it's an easy enough pattern to do. How did everybody else go that is doing it? How'd you go? What did you read? All the things, you know. Oh, that's not right. I missed a stitch there. I should probably pay attention to where I'm putting the hook. You can always tell when you've made a mistake when you only go through one stitch instead of 2. All right, I'm going to put that down before I end up making more mistakes. And then I realized I didn't have all my crochet hooks on my little pouch in here. And then I looked in there and I'm like, oh damn, I took those out the other day, so I had to go and find all my stitch markers and stuff. So yeah. All right, let's have a look how everything went in the comments. For those that would like to do the crochet along, that is the link there. Jojo saying hello. Linda says very nice. DD also dropped in as well. Gee, it's late for you, hun. Like, everybody's out mowing their lawns. My lawn's too soggy to mow, so I'm going to send a message and say just leave it till Saturday and come whether it's rain, hail, or shine, because yeah. Hello, neighbor to Dee Dee. Hello to Coda. Everybody's saying hello. Love it, love it, love it. Christina says, my eldest called during the first chat, then Cud called, went back to hear the rest, and sometimes I am tempted to send Coda some of his favorite stuff. Going to check the pattern out now. Awesome. Well, hopefully you can join in the fun with us. We'll basically just keep doing the crochet along and every Thursday until I'm finished the scarf. So it's a great way to keep me on track to get it done. It shouldn't take too long. Like once you get the hang of it, I think it'll be right. As Jess is a knitter, so I feel like Jess is able to pick things up a little bit quicker than I am, which is fine. And yeah, but you're not a huge crochet person though, are you? Got to the end of row 13 and made a coffee. Feel confident enough to listen to my book and still put the stitches in the right place. I am now able to read them really well. Awesome. I've also, I was listening to the video because I've got the video down here. That's why I was facing it a sort of a different way. I pulled the transcript up. So if you struggle hearing what she's saying or what she's talking about, if you hit transcript, so let me just show you what it looks like. You'll have timeline, chapters, and transcripts when you pull it up. If you hit transcript, it brings up everything that is being said. So yeah. And sometimes she'll say second from the V, and that number will leave my head, and I can quickly look at it and go, oh, okay, cool, there it is there. So, and it's easy too. It's got timestamps, so it tells you what it's doing. It's a beautiful scarf. It is. And I'm so new to crochet. I've only made one garment. And so, yeah, and that was a shawl that I just recently made. And I've got all this yarn that I've been collecting over the years because I love the idea of knitting and crocheting. I can knit. I struggle with purl because I haven't concentrated on it. And one of my things is to do that. And I've got a book that it was a a new release that I got an advanced reader copy of, and I basically, it is basically working from a basic face washer with basic knitting through to making a garment, and like of different sizes and stuff. So I'm slowly but surely working through that. But I've been pulling my lounge room and everything apart, so I haven't done anything in a little while. So I'm going to get all that out. I found my knitting bag and all that sort of stuff. So I've got that all sitting under the coffee table in the lounge room, so I can work on that a little bit more often. Finished 5 rows so far. Nice. I'm doing the 8 rows of the single crochet option, so I'll be starting with the puff stitches in a few rows. Awesome. Ugh, I'm going to start waking up early or sleep during the night. One of the two. Something's got to give, right? Read to page 317 in a bound world. About 125 pages left. Awesome. I decided to do the scarf with my for my current gift. I got the first row of single crochets done, made supper, soup with sandwiches. Sounds good, nice and easy. And told Cud that he needs to take me shopping again so I can locate my focus. That's so funny. Oh, dear me. Hopefully it'll come back in the next couple of days. And you'll feel a lot better and all the things. So, and you've got something to looking forward to next Christmas evening for you. You've got crafty sprints on like Boxing Day for me, but it'll be Christmas evening for you. So if you want a little bit of a distraction, you can come and hang out next week. I got distracted cuddling the kittens. So I was only crocheting for part of that sprint. The current kittens are very cuddly. Nice. So for those who don't know that are lurking in the background, the kittens that Jamie is talking about are rescue kittens. So Jamie is, I believe you're a foster carer, is that right, for kittens and mother cats, which is good. I have a really bad heartburn today for some reason, and I do not know why. I haven't eaten anything that should do that to me. And tomato and onion don't do it because I actually had heartburn before that. So it's actually settled it down a little bit. But I don't know. I probably got to give up coffee or something again. Give my body a break, drink lots of water. It's probably that I didn't drink a lot of water yesterday. I don't know why. When I went and looked at what I'm supposed to do, I'd only drunk just under a litre. And it was too late when I noticed to drink any more. So there's that. Jojo finished off some pot trivets. I just need to seal them. Nice. Yeah. Sometimes, because coffee causes acid in your body. And so sometimes I either need to start drinking some lemon juice or give it up for a little while. I gave it up a couple of times this year. I don't give it up for good. I just give my body a rest. So generally when I get like adrenal fatigue and all that, like all the things that are associated with the thyroid, and heartburn is one of them, it's just easier to eliminate a few things out, give my body a rest and drink lots of water and lemon juice and all that sort of stuff and flush my system out and eat really clean. And I haven't really been eating clean because I've had Savannah here, and I'm just going to have to say to Savannah, you just need to take care of yourself. And I need to take care of me, and bringing the junk food into the house is not an option anymore, because I'm like anybody else. I love junk food. I'd rather sit down and eat a bowl of chicken nuggets than, have a salad and a piece of chicken. But just in the last, since she's gone, I haven't eaten any junk food. I went to the shops. I didn't feel like chips or anything like that. I looked at them, but I kept walking. So I've just got to be careful. And it could have been that I had pizza, like homemade pizza last night, and I noticed that the cheese was a little bit saltier, so it could have been that, which it was a new bag of cheese, and I'm like, gee, this is salty for some reason. And so they must have got they must have got a bit heavy-handed with that batch of mozzarella on that, because sometimes it can be a little bit salty, and so that yeah, and then add that with not drinking enough water yesterday. Today I have heartburn. So if I can't get rid of the heartburn by today, then come the weekend, I'll cut coffee out for a couple of weeks and just give my body a rest and flush my system out. I'm pretty in tune with my body, so as soon as I feel like I'm not right, then I can still I still drink tea. I'll just switch to herbal tea and stuff like that. Give her coffee, no. No. I could never. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Speak of triggers. I just triggered you all. Sorry. Being dehydrated can definitely lead to heartburn. Yes, it definitely can. I'm tired just thinking about it. I'm slightly behind in the chat, just reacting to Christina's comments. Life without coffee. I didn't know that that's a thing you could do. I know, right? The Kong is scaring the natives. They're going to come with their pitch. The villagers will come with their pitchforks and torches and get me. No, I'm not huge on crochet. You knit beautifully. I love your knitting and stuff like that. And I tell you, the first trip I'm saving for is to go to New Zealand to go and hang out with you and just have a knitting weekend. Because I mean, you're not that far from me, really, in the scheme of things. Like, yeah, sure, it's well, within 7 hours, I'd be at your house, and it's a car ride and a plane ride, but I'd still be there. So yeah, I'll just turn. Hi, Jess, how you going? I'm here to knit for the weekend. How's you doing? First, I have to get your address. I don't have your address. So. I consider coffee a health food for me, very good for the digestive system. Therefore, whenever I'm eating healthier, the coffee stays. Yeah, with me, the caffeine can cause adrenal fatigue. So I do periodically give my adrenal fatigues a rest, like my adrenal glands a rest to combat the fatigue. And that was something that my naturopath and I worked on. And I can go. I've gone 6 months without coffee. Like, it doesn't bother me whether I have it or not. And because the caffeine effects can also affect your like your sleep too, if you're ultra sensitive to caffeine, that they often say that you should only drink coffee in the morning, because it takes anywhere from 12 to 18 hours for the caffeine to get out of your system. And so I don't give up. I love having a hot drink, regardless of whether it's a hot day, a cold day, or whatever. I love having a hot drink. So whether I start my day with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, that will just depend on the day. But as I said, if the heartburn doesn't go away by the weekend, then it means that I need to just take a chill on it for a bit and eliminate the caffeine from your system. So it is full of antioxidants. It is good for you. Like, it is good for you, but excessive amounts of coffee is not. So 1 cup a day is fine. But yeah, and then I'll just slowly reintroduce it again, and then yeah. But I when I do give up coffee, I just drink tea. A lot of herbal teas and stuff like that. So you can get a caffeine hit, just as much of a caffeine hit, if not more, from green tea. And in summer, I drink a lot of green tea, but I don't get the heartburn from green tea. So I will drink that, and I've always drank green tea. So I don't get the headaches, I don't get the withdrawals. I'm still getting the caffeine hit and all that sort of stuff. But I just don't have. Because sometimes, and it can also depend too on the coffee. So sometimes I'll switch out instant coffee for plunger coffee, so a freshly ground coffee, and that can sometimes help as well, because there's certain instant coffees that I can't. As soon as I drink them, I have heartburn, and I know it's the coffee that causes it. And I had to give up cow's milk as well, because the cow's milk reaction with the coffee was also causing a lot of heartburn and whatnot as well. So yeah, I just drink more water to help the coffee work better and hydrate. I don't know what that was. Tea is good for you too. All the micronutrients and antioxidants. Just had a nice Irish black tea with milk and sugar. Nice. I like sitting down in the afternoon and having a nice cup of tea. It's always very tasty. I could go 1 cup a day if I get a bigger cup. You always have more willpower than me. Yeah, that's the one thing that people say. Like, once I make up my mind, that's it. I've made up my mind. So, and you can stand there and give me all the reasons why I should take it back up again, and I'll just look at you with a look on my face going, no. It's what I need to do for me. I'm so lucky I got genes that let me not be super reactive to caffeine. It actually helps me if I'm feeling my ADHD traits strongly. Yeah, well, I don't have ADHD, so it doesn't combat that at all for me. But like, I can sleep on caffeine. Like, I can go to sleep. Like, I can have a cup of coffee and go to sleep. It doesn't phase me in that aspect. It just has a lot of and it never used to. It's only been in the last probably 5-6 years. And when I spoke to the naturopath said it can be because of your thyroid. You're causing more, like, you're already fatigued in your system, and so add the caffeine into it if it helps speed up the fatigue. So the best thing to do is just take a break. Like, you don't have to give it up altogether. Just take a break from it. So I give it up for a couple of weeks or a month. I mean, the longest I've ever gone is 6 months, I think, is the longest I've gone. So yeah. All right. We have got to the last comment. It does help me wake up in the morning, but it calms me down at night. I can sleep on it, and it does help my focus. Yeah. Green tea does exactly the same thing for me. Actually, I would say that I'm clearer on green tea than I am on coffee. Because it's just, and I'm hydrated too, so that makes a big difference. Gee, that's why I've got Discord open. It's got very glitchy all of a sudden. I don't know what the heck's going on there. So yeah, cold green tea. Yeah. I basically, what I do is I get 4 tea bags. I've got a large cup. I have 4 tea bags, and I put them in, and then I've got it's 6 tea bags for the 2-liter one. I had a 1.5-liter one, and I put 4 tea bags in that. The 2-liter bottle that I've got, which is actually labeled green tea because it was a green tea bottle of drinker that I got, and I've got it in the fridge. I just washed it out, and basically I put 6 tea bags at the beginning of the day into a cup, and I let it steep for about an hour, so it draws everything out of those tea bags, and then I squish it all out as well, and then I put that cup, which is, my this cup here, which the cats broke, so I can no longer use it as a coffee cup. They broke that off and they smashed all the bottom, so now it's my bookmark cup. So yeah, basically I've got the Queen Bee one where I do that, and then I just pour that into the bottle, and then I add water in it and put it back in the fridge, and I drink that over the course of a day. Sometimes I might go into a day and a half, but I generally try to consume it in a day. And if I want a little bit of a lemony flavor, I just squeeze full lemon into the 2 liters, and it's really, really, really nice. Really refreshing too. Chuck a heap of ice cubes in there, and you're good to go. All right, let me refresh this, and we're going to do another 40. Come on over. Just jump on the plane, ring you up in the morning, go, hey, I'll be there this afternoon. I'll see you soon. Bye. That's how close we are. New Zealand's not that far from here. I think it's a 4-hour plane trip. So, and it's 3 hours to Brisbane. So it'd be like 8 hours, 9 hours before I got there. But it's like, yeah, when you drive to Sydney, it's no big deal. All right, let me start the timer. I'm going to turn the bright light on so you can see what I'm doing. Oh my God, that is so bright. And I'll see you on the other side of 45 minutes. Okay, we're back. I think I've miscounted, which I have. I've got to go back a couple. Put an extra chain in there, which I shouldn't have. Miss. There. That's where I'm up to. All right. It's looking good so far. I mean, considering I've never done this stitch before, I'm happy with it. So, and I just measured it before, and it is the width that it should be. But I was just looking at it going, nah, there's something wrong there. I don't know what's going on. I need to fix that. So I just pulled some out, and I'm happy to pull it in and out if I need to. So yeah. Until I get it right, until I'm happy with it. So I'm going to actually pull that row out. It's just sort of how I do things. So yeah, because I think yeah, I did. I went in the wrong spot. Okay, cool. All right, now I think I've got it. So yeah. All right, I went into the wrong spot when I started the row. So yeah, let me just get that started and then I'll be in the right spot. And then the first time I did it, I did one too many loops on it. So I was like, oh, that doesn't look right. That's 6 loops on it, not 5. But as I said, this is new to me. So yeah, I'm just trying to do the best that I can. It's going to probably look a bit dodgy, but if I get it right, all right, I'm in the right place now. So there we go. I've got my 4 rows done of single crochet, and I did have the bubble one, but I wasn't happy with it. So I've just yeah, I've just pulled that out, and I'll start again. So I'd rather do that like several times, and I'm fairly gentle with the wool. I make sure that I don't like split it and stuff like that. So yeah. But it's fairly easy to do. Like I've got the feel of it. Jess is going to be finished before I even start. I'll be right. I'll be right. I will get there on that. So like the first time I didn't have all the stitches, so I'm pretty happy. And I'm just watching the video as I'm going as well. So I've watched it over several times. But when I did it, like I'm like, why did I put 3 on there? That's just ridiculous. Just joined you in that sprint. Hey, Jess, how you going? What are you working on today? Doing any crochet? We're doing a crochet along, which is in our Discord. If you're interested in joining, we're doing a scarf, which there is a comment somewhere in the comments showing you where the link is there for the scarf that we're doing. A few of us are doing it. And just got to the end of row 24 and it's looking very lovely. I'm pretty happy with it too. I thought it was going to be wider, and I'm thinking to myself that I think I might want it a little bit wider. So she did say that it has to be even. So I'm thinking that I might go up to 30. And I'll just do this as a swatch that I'll do today, and because I think I'd like it wider, because it even looks wider in the picture. And she says she's using an 8-ply, but I don't know, her yarn just looks a little bit thicker than what mine does, and I've definitely got an 8-ply, and I don't know, the yarn that she's using, like you see that she shows it. She shows that it's a Spotlight brand that you can get. And I've got a Marvel out there, and I put this one up against it, and it's the same thickness. So whether or not my tensions may be a bit tighter than hers. So yeah. So I'm thinking, like she said that it'll be about 5.5 inches wide. I measured it. It is 5.5 inches wide. But I'm thinking that I want it wider because, like, I mean, that is a wide enough for a scarf, and then once you've got it as an infinity scarf, but if it was a bit bigger, it won't be so, like it. I feel like it won't be as constrictive. It'll be more cowlish than anything else. So yeah, but I'm happy with how it's looking. Like it's looking pretty good. Um, it feels good too. It feels a little bit. It feels a little bit stiff in a way, but I feel like once I wash it and all the rest of it, and this yarn that I'm using is an anti-pill one, so I might just practice here with this one and see how far I get, and then I can always just pull it back out and start again and go wider. I think 30, because that's at 24 stitches. I think 30 stitches will make it like 6.5 inches wide, a bit better for my liking. So yeah, or I might just go up to 34 stitches. 34 is probably better because then it's just 10 more stitches. So it's just a couple more things to go. I got to 11% in my book and in book 3 of Inspector Gamache, is that right? Series, The Cruelest Month, and got a few rows of the first puff stitch done. Linda took a power nap and still knitting socks. I was sitting there too because I had the fan on me and the fan was blowing in my eyes, and I'm thinking, but my eyes are really, I want to sleep. And then I realized the fan was stationary; it wasn't rotating. So yeah, I've got that on rotate now. I don't feel so sandpapery now. The scarf looks greater than my crochet skills. I'm very, very new. Like I literally started, what was it, Jamie and Christina? Was it like I'd done a couple of granny squares, and that was it. But then I made a virus shawl. So if you look up virus shawl on YouTube, it'll come up. I just learned from a YouTube video, which was Bella Coco, I think was the lady that I followed. There's several people that have done it. And that's the first garment that I've made. And I've done, prior to that, I think I had done like, 5 granny squares. That's it. I've now done more granny squares since then. But yeah, this is like I literally started crocheting this year and a few months ago. So in June or July, I think I started. So I'm like, I'm just a baby. Yeah, I will get better, and I'm keen to jump into the deep end. Like I've got books in here and I've wanted to do it for years, and now that like I'm an empty nester now, so I've got a little bit more time, and I'm not, teaching the girls to drive. Like in the last couple of years, teaching the girls to drive took up so much time. I should have planned their births out a bit better. That sounds like close. But anyway, yeah, I've taught them to drive, so that was like hours and hours and hours of driving with them. And then yeah, so now I'm an empty nester. I've got a little bit more time and uninterrupted time. So I don't have them coming in and asking me what I'm doing or anything like that. So when I do something, I can just focus on that and be done with it. So yeah. And then, like I've made one garment, so let's do a crochet along, shall we? It's it's fun. We get to do it together. But yeah. So Christina had supper and then got into the puff stitches. Nice. For some reason, I thought that there was 3 puffs on there. So I ended up doing 6. So I had to pull that out, and then I've just pulled that puff row out again. I didn't like how they were sitting. Some were a little bit looser than others. So I've just got to get that tension right. So yeah, hi to Jess. And I'm doing it slightly different though. Okay, cool. I can't wait till I'm at that point where I can just make stuff and then change it up a little bit. So yeah, this is the video if anybody's looking for it, and if you want to share some pictures, you can either join the Facebook group or you can come over to the Discord and chat in live, sort of live, I guess. We chat over there, we can share pictures there and all that sort of stuff, and there's a thread there for it, sort of like the old forums type thing. You could make today's project as a practice cowl and then make a bigger one. Extra finished cowls and other small projects are handy for last minute gifts. This is true. This is very true. And like Savannah would probably take this because it's grey anyway. She tends to take all of my stuff. She was eyeing off my shawl. She goes, oh, gee, I like the colours. And I'm like, back off, nutty. That's mine. You've taken all my other furs. That is mine. I've always really liked crochet clothing. I've also got another thing that I was looking at to make a jacket for in winter. So yeah. But I'll see how I'm going to go with this. Like I'm going to keep practicing with this one. And then I may yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe a bit thicker yarn would look really good with this, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how we go. I might like it. I might get to the point where I'm like, oh, gee, I really like that. And it'll be fine. So, yeah, I don't know. I always start thinking outside the box, or I could make it a little bit this, a little bit that. And I think I just need to stick with the pattern and not go bigger. But yeah, anyway, we'll see where we end up, right, Jamie? I have about 100 pages left. I'll be making dinner during the next sprint. Nice. My chain was 54, so I have 53 stitches per row. And I'm doing a divider section with only 6 rows instead of 8. I want the puffs, I want the puff part to be larger than the divider section. See, that's nice. That's nice. Jean is doing crochet, not the scarf though. Started putting together a new blanket from the donation squares. Excellent. Excellent. Linda, the video is very easy to follow. Yeah, it's simple terms, very clear. She goes over it, explains where you've got to put your hook and everything like that. You can do, when you start it, you can do either the back or the front. I would say the back of your crochet is more of an advanced level than the front. I just stuck with the front because I don't really care aesthetic wise that if there's a join, there's a join. There's not much I can do about that. But I just don't think I was ready for, and like even when she showed that, hers looked actually, her tension, my tension is a lot tighter than hers, so it'd be harder for me to get through the back loop, so rather. So yeah, so I just went through the front, and yeah, I'm liking it so far. I feel like the texture of it as well, like it feels good. And as I was saying before, this is an anti-pilling yarn I got. So yeah, I'm thinking that it's going to feel really nice once, and it's not a rough acrylic either. You know how some acrylics can be a little bit, they aren't that nice to touch. This one's actually quite nice and soft. I think it'll wash up really nice with a little bit of wool wash or something along those lines. Thanks. I might give it a go. Well, we're going to be meeting back here at this time every week for the foreseeable future. I know that next Thursday is Christmas night for a lot of you, but if you want a break, you can always just come in and do a little bit of craft, even if it's only for 45 minutes. I'm not doing anything spectacular this Christmas, so I'm basically, it's just a normal day for me, and because we're not really celebrating. I've got the Christmas tree up and I've been playing with the lights and stuff like that, and just I'm sort of thinking about what other decorations I want to put in here, so I've paired it right back. This year I've got just the Christmas tree and the buffet done, but I'm also thinking about what I want to have next year. Someone pointed out that I didn't have any quilted stuff on it. Thanks, Jean. So that got me thinking, oh, maybe I should have a Christmas tree out in the sewing room and do some quilted, just have a quilted tree, and then maybe have a smaller one in another room with some cross-stitch stuff on it and whatnot. So yeah, because I do so many different crafts. I do have diamond painting, like little diamond painting ornaments, and I think I'm going to get a small tree for in the diamond painting room and put that up in there. So yeah, and then the cross-stitch one, I don't know where I'm going to put that. I might put that in my bedroom maybe, or maybe in here. I could probably put it in here. Do some little bookish ones and whatnot. So yeah. My friend is getting me an adjustable dress form for Christmas, so I'll be able to make pieced clothing. Oh, using it. Nice. Maybe next year with my funky arms, I want to make my own jackets and dresses. Nice. Really nice. I want to make, there's a dress for me. It'd be, I don't look good in, like I've got this dress on today, but I don't, this is just around the house one. I don't like wearing dresses. I always feel uncomfortable in them because I've got a short torso and long legs, but I'm not tall either. I'm only 5'4", and Neroli is quite proportioned, like she's evened out. She's only short, and there's this dress that I want to make for her, and I think she'll wear it because she has a lot of crochet stuff, and she likes macrame and all that sort of stuff. She likes some of those folky sort of ones. So I'm thinking that I might make her that dress. I would make the skirt portion of it and wear the skirt, but I wouldn't wear I'd have to wear it separately and have the top a little bit longer because my torso is just so weird. So yeah, I've got a stumpy, a little stumpy. Now on to row 27 at the end of the panel. Jessica went from Jess to Jessica. Just full named you. Oh no, wish me luck. This is the most complicated row in my opinion. Okay, because this is when you're going back to the single crochet, is that right? So then you would have to put if I'm thinking how it's gonna, I can't remember how it goes, but yeah, so yeah, interesting. You could probably just keep doing the puff. Just keep going, have no break up with it, and just have that little break, like, and finish it off. But you still have to do that difficult one when you go from the puff to the single crochet. I'll probably be hanging out with you all next week on Crafty Sprints too. Awesome, you're welcome to come and hang out. I'll also be sprinting on the book channel, but I think I might actually start an hour or two later. That I'll see how I go. That I might just start it and just have really short chatty bits on Christmas Day, because there was a few people that said that they would because it's Christmas Eve. Is that right? Yeah, Christmas Eve on the BookTube channel one. So yeah, a few people have said that they weren't doing anything and they wouldn't mind hanging out. So we'll see how many people turn up. I mean, I'm not going anywhere, and it's easy enough for me to come in and go, hey, how's everybody going, for 10 or 15 minutes and then scoot off again. But they probably will be hour and a half sprints. I probably won't do the Wheel of Time next week. We'll see how many people turn up, I guess. If a lot of people turn up, I'll do the Wheel of Time. But if they don't, well, then we'll just, yeah. And I'm going to continue calling it the Wheel of Time. Hashtag not Brandon Sanderson or Jordan. But yeah, I'm still going to call it the Wheel of Time because I think that's pretty cool. And, Wheel of Time is one of my favorite series now. So I think it suits. I watched an episode of From, and now I'm deciding if I need more things before I go to Michael's store or not. Store, not the human. Okay, yep, I got that now. I'm thinking, what are you talking about? Just measured. Mine is 18 inches, 18 and a half inches wide, which is 47 centimeters. That's pretty chunky. More things like diamond paintings, or are you going to join us and make a scarf? You're getting yarn and hooks, Coda. What are you doing? What are you getting at Michael's? A lot of the 40s clothing used back zippers or buttons, which I can't do. So I plan to make myself some crochet things in those styles with closures I can do. That makes a lot of sense. That sounds really, really good. A good idea. I love it. I can't wait to see them too. Make sure that you share the pictures and stuff over in the Crafty. In all the years that I've been sewing, I have done no real clothing stuff, and I don't even have a sewing form. The closest thing I've got to a sewing form is a Christmas decoration. So maybe next year I can look at there's a few where I don't need a form, but maybe I should look at getting one. And there's a few jackets and stuff I would like to make that I've got the fabric there for, that I've not got to, that I've purchased like tutorials and whatnot for them. So yeah, it's like a transition row. Okay, cool. And it's a puff, single crochet puff, etc. Okay, so that makes sense. My holiday party is Sunday, so my Christmas Eve and day are just normal days probably. Yeah, mine are too, because the kids are older. Like Neroli's probably not even coming here apparently. So she's going, but she is she is going over to the workshop to work on a car with her dad. So that's her Christmas done, Christmas Day. And I've already given her her Christmas present. I've got one other one here for her. But she did say that she'll either pop in on Christmas Eve or on Boxing Day. So either way, it's just another day here. Savannah will be here. We'll probably wake up and we talked about it. We're going to have a nice breakfast together. So that will depend when she gets out of bed. So I can always start sprints, chat for 15, 20 minutes, and then set an hour and a half. We're going to be having a nice breakfast, probably bacon and eggs or something along those lines. We'll have one with bells and whistles. So Nerily may still turn up, but highly unlikely because I think she's actually working Christmas Eve. So yeah, it suits for sure. What suits for sure? I love the Wheel of Time. You just need to stick some more 90s in there. Yeah. Well, I've already stuck the wheel anyway. Yesterday we got all 90s. It was great. We got all 90s. Or it could be the Wheel of Times. Yeah, I probably will label it the Wheel of Times. And I'm just going to play around with like background to see if I can add some different backgrounds and have Dusty Book Stiffer's Wheel of Times on it or something like that. I'll change it up a little bit, but I will put down disclaimer, not related to Jordan. So yeah. I ordered some book easels and stands. Nice. Are you going to paint your books? Is that Dakota or to me? Not tonight. I can also use the form to fix the to fit the on tops and fabric too much to get rid of them. Hang on. I can also use the form to fix the fit on tops where I love the fabric too much to get rid of them for the fit. Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. You can adjust and all that sort of stuff. The Wheel of Time, all right? But I think I'll add the S onto it. I might take that, Jamie. Wheel of Times. Or we could put Wheel of Time as in Herb. It was Coda getting his easels, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, I got it now. Like, I'm so tired today on that. All right, let us refresh this. Go back to a 45. This is the third one, and this will get us to... All right, this will actually be the last sprint for today because I want to get into the habit of finishing up between 1 and 1:30. So yeah, so this one, and because I'm learning something new as well, I get quite fatigued very quickly. Oh, that's going to sit so much better now. And I'll put it in the right spot. So yeah. So yeah. So 3 45-minute ones are today, and then all the chatty bits in between because we've actually talked for a little bit longer, almost half an hour now. So that will come back around 12:30, and then by the time we finish up, it'll be 1 o'clock. So yeah, so we'll be finishing between 1 and 1:30 most days. So yeah, because I have to start getting back into the routine of editing and doing all that because I'm coming back into my year where I'm going to be filming a lot more and stuff like that. So yeah, but we will be back again next Thursday. Next Thursday, I'll probably go a little bit longer because it is a public holiday and I don't have anything done. But I do need to get into the habit of finishing. And 4 hours is, long enough for crafting and all that sort of stuff. I need to get up and move around and do all those sort of things and whatnot. All right, let's bring the camera down again. There we go. And I'm going to change this to the last sprint. Let me chuck that in there. No, I need to edit that. Let me just edit that tomorrow for bookish sprints. Reading and productive. I need to spell it right. Isn't that right, Jess? I on Dusty Book Sniffers. All right, and we're going to save that. And then we'll show that. There we go. That's going to make much more sense now. All right, I will see you all on the other side of 45 minutes. Happy crocheting, everyone. All right. I have got some more done. There's just one spot that it doesn't look like it's zigzagging, and I think I've actually put it in the wrong spot, but I think I might just leave it because that means I need to pull out all my puff stitches, and it was on the first row, but it's starting to get a zigzag. It's sort of looking like it. It's a bit messy, but yeah. The going 2 rows down, I think that's where I keep stuffing up. You've probably seen that if you were watching, I kept pulling it out because I kept not getting it in the right spot. But there definitely is one spot where I've put it in the wrong spot. It's like over one, but it's right there. So I don't know if that's going to bugger it up or not. So I'll see how I'll go. I'll do a couple more rows and see if it buggers it up. But if it doesn't, then I should be right. It should be right. I should be okay. It's just over by one like loop. So yeah. All right, let's have a look. Thank you for sharing that, Christina. I really appreciate that. We've got sprints happening over there tomorrow. I'm going to watch through and I'm going to slow it down and watch where she's actually putting to. When she started saying just to the right of it, that made a lot more sense, but it's that first row that I think I've made the mistake in. So, I mean, it's not that hard to pull out and just start again. It's fine. So yeah. And to be fair, I didn't try any of it before I got on screen or anything. So this is me actually my learning process. And even when I did the shawl, there was a couple of times that I pulled stuff out and started again. So it's definitely something that yeah. I think I've got it now too, but that first A1, there's one spot where I should have been over, just like back over one strand, and it's made it look a bit weird. So, yeah, I just got to go back and fix that. But I'm going to watch the video through again and do it as she's doing it. And then, yeah, by the time I come back next week, I will be, I want to have the first little strip done and the first panel. And then the second row of 8 single crochets. So, but I definitely want it wider. Like just looking at this, it's not wide enough for me. I definitely want it wider. So I'm definitely going to be starting it again. I feel like I've got the hang of it now and I can see where I've made a mistake. So I've got the AB and it's definitely got a zigzag happening. You can't really... there we go. So you can see I've got a zigzag happening. And my tension is a bit skew-if, like I've got to get that down a bit better. But, these sort of things are great because I can actually just practice them and all the rest of it. And I found an empty journal. So I'm actually going to put in my projects, my finished projects in it. So just, what stitches were used and all that sort of stuff. Not necessarily a whip journal because I have that for my blankets and stuff, but the small things like that, I'm just going to put in a finished journal and just how I felt about it, whether it was easy or not, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. So it's different. Like I'm not used to going down 2 rows, and so I keep going into that first one as well. So it's going to be fun. Like it's going to be awesome once it's all done. And as I said, I've got to, and this is not too bad. Like I pulled this out a couple of times, and it's not it's fine. Like I've pulled it out. I think because it's that anti-pilling one as well. Like it just seems to be okay on the pull out. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm happy with what I've done today, like what I've learnt and whatnot. But I am absolutely hungry, like starving, like really starving. I had breakfast too early and I didn't have enough breakfast. I just had a quick little sandwich and it wasn't enough. So yeah, I'm going to have a chickpea pasta salad for lunch. It's already made and it's got Greek dressing on it. So it's basically just dump it in the bowl and I'll probably have a flatbread with it just to bulk it out a little bit. Actually, I probably won't because it's got the pasta in it. So yeah. I need the scarf done by Saturday and 2 more by the 28th. So I think I'm just going to keep working on this, and I will uh, do the new one next week. That's fair. That's fair enough. I switched back to the hat project so I can finish that tonight, and got 24% into my book and gathered most of what I need for the wrap this weekend. To wrap this weekend, sorry. No worries. Thank you for being here. These ones where I'm learning something new and, as I said, a little bit shorter sprint. Next week we might do hour sprints, but yeah, just a little bit shorter sprint today because it does take a lot of brain power, especially when you're not used to it. It's a new thing that you're learning. Like if I was a seasoned crocheter, this probably wouldn't be a problem. But because it's a new stitch that I'm learning, I already know single crochet and I've got that down pat, but I'm learning the new one. I know how to do it now. Like I know that I've got a yarn over, pull through, lengthen, yarn over, pull through, lengthen, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops. I sort of, I've got the hang of that now. So that is in my mind. And I also want to do a little stitch journal as well. So every project I want to sort of have a different, especially these small ones, I want to have a different stitch. So yeah, and obviously combining the two and just building up from that. No reading or crafting for me that sprint. Just, oops, sorry, excuse me. But I did get my soup simmering nice. Remember to hydrate. I'm almost through my first liter and it's only midday. I also had a big glass of water this morning as well. So yeah, I was going to keep a crochet journal this year. It lasted for about 3 weeks. The rest of my notebook turned into arc reading journal. That's fair enough. I actually have one of those. I've got some green journals, so because NetGalley's green, so I've got to try. I've got one more green journal, I think, that's blank. And I've almost finished the other one. So the one that I've got that I'm going to use for crochet journal is a pink one. So yeah, pink or light brown. I can't remember now. I think it's pink. So yeah. I just got back from Michael's and stopped at Freddy's for a burger and some cheese curds. Nice. If anyone who wants any more sprints, both Atia and Nell are sprinting, which are book sprints. But with that, I'm going to bid you farewell. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Of course, I will see you again tomorrow with Coda over at Dusty Book Sniffers. And we'll be doing all the things that we do over there. And I'm also working on a timer, thank you timer and all that sort of stuff for this channel as well this afternoon. So I've got a few things to get sorted. But as I said, that is it, the end of the stream today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Also, give me a thumbs up as well. My next crafty sprints are next week. Thank you so much, Christina. You're on top of that for everybody. But as always, I will see you all tomorrow with Coda in Serious, sorry. I've tripped up again. Oh my God, my brain's fried. I'm going to go. Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody, and sleep well and take care of you during the daylight hours. And I will see you all again soon. Bye.